The hardest part about loving a dog is realizing they can suffer emotionally in silence. One day they're waiting at the door with bright eyes and a wagging tail, and then suddenly, something changes. They sleep more. They stop bringing you their favorite toy. They stare out the window longer than usual. Even their excitement feels quieter somehow. And most owners assume the same thing. My dog looks sad. But here's the strange part. What looks like sadness in dogs is often far more complicated than people realize. Because dogs don't just live beside humans. Over thousands of years, they evolved to emotionally synchronize with us. They study our faces, our tone of voice, our stress levels, even our silence. And this changes everything. Scientists believe dogs developed special facial muscles specifically to communicate with humans. That famous puppy dog face may not always mean emotional suffering at all. Sometimes your dog is simply asking for connection. But real sadness in dogs does exist. Dogs are deeply social animals. Their brains release bonding chemicals during interaction with people they love. So when their emotional world suddenly changes, they feel it. A family member leaves. A new baby arrives. Another pet dies. The household becomes tense. Their owner becomes emotionally distant. To humans, these may feel like normal life changes, but to a dog, the entire structure of life can suddenly feel uncertain because dogs rely heavily on predictability. And when that stability disappears, the signs often appear quietly. A playful dog becomes withdrawn. A social dog starts hiding. A food-loving dog ignores treats. Walks become less exciting. Greetings become quieter. Some dogs lick their paws constantly because repetitive behaviors help calm stress. Others simply stop showing interest in the things they once loved. But here's what many owners don't realize. Pain and illness can look exactly like emotional depression. Arthritis, dental pain, digestive discomfort, and chronic illness often appear first as emotional withdrawal. That's why sudden behavior changes should never be ignored. But once medical issues are ruled out, healing usually begins with something surprisingly simple: safety, routine, connection, predictability. Dogs relax when life feels understandable again. Consistent walks, regular feeding times, quiet companionship. And one of the most powerful tools is something called a decompression walk. Not a rushed walk focused on obedience, just freedom to sniff and explore. Because sniffing activates huge parts of the canine brain. To dogs, scent exploration is mentally calming and emotionally regulating. And then there's something even more important: your presence. Not forcing interaction, not overwhelming affection, just calmly being there, sitting beside them, reading while they rest nearby, sharing quiet space together, because emotionally overwhelmed dogs recover through safety and trust. And maybe the most important truth of all is this: dogs don't care about perfect owners. They care about emotionally present ones. They remember how your home feels, how your energy feels, whether life feels safe and connected. So if your dog seems sad lately, don't just ask, "What's wrong with my dog?" Ask, "What changed in their world?" Because sometimes the greatest act of love is noticing the emotional shifts they cannot explain themselves.